Greetings guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. My hair is freshly dyed and I'm feeling more myself than I have in a really long time because of it. And so because of that, I thought that we would do something familiar, something that we all love and have a good time with, and that is a semi-regular checkup on the straights to see if they're doing okay. They won't be. They haven't at all up until this point, and this is what, like the 20th one of these we've made? More than that. We're pushing 40 at this point, I think, and they're yet to prove themselves okay. So I doubt today will be any different. But before we get into it, I would like to say a massive thank you to today's patron of the day, Elahay. I appreciate your support so much, so thank you so much for joining, and I hope that you enjoy this video. And if anyone else would like to be on my Patreon, you go to patreon.com/savvycow and click the top link in the description. It starts at as little as £1 a month, and you will get a ton of videos early if you join, and then for £3 and up, you get a bunch of other perks like outtakes and more, and I appreciate anything and everything, so thank you. And yeah, let's jump in. Let's have a look at how the straights have been faring these past few months. So first up, we have this TikTok that says, when you have to remind your daughter who was here first. And it's a lady like holding her small child up against a wall, like a 1-year-old, like pitting her against the wall.
Give me back my husband right now. You're taking his time, his attention, his money. You're taking everything, his heart. I'm done with this. I want my husband back, okay? He loved me first. He married me. He's my husband. Leave him alone. Hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone, okay? Okay? He's mine. He's mine. You better give him back to me. He's mine.
And listen, listen, I know that it's a joke, but I once again would just like to ask, what's very funny about it? Like, I don't understand the like being jealous of your child for stealing your partner's time and attention. I just don't get it. I don't get what's funny about it. I don't know why we're holding our children against the wall and asking them to give our husbands back because we're jealous about how much time our partners are spending with them. And this is 840k likes, so clearly a lot of people find this sort of shit funny, but I just don't understand the whole thing. There's so much joking around like being replaced by your child or having your partner replace you with your child. And I just don't think that's a very healthy way to look at relationships or your children or anything at all. And I just don't think it's very funny. This is a Snapchat message, so that's how you know it's gonna be good. And it reads, "Hey, my sister is thinking about getting her nips pierced. I know you're not photoshopped, so is she allowed to see yours? I'm for real gonna hand her my phone. She won't let me see. I just offered because I'm taking her and she's complaining about how all these model photos are fake as fuck, LMAO. It doesn't affect me either way, so it's up to you. I don't care. I just told her I know some females who have them and I could try." What a way. What a way to try to get nudes. Like, being like, hey, you send me photos of your boobs and I will show them to my sister. I won't even look. I swear, I'll close my eyes. I won't even look. I'm just gonna hand her my phone and she'll look at it because you have your nipples pierced and she's worried and she wants to see them. But like not for me, obviously. I would never look. I don't want them. I'm just like being a good, kind brother. So yeah, but it's not for me though. You know, the way to be more convincing in this would be to give her your sister's contact information. And not through your own Snapchat. If you want to be a little bit more convincing, and even then, I don't think that's gonna work. I just don't think this is a very effective method of getting nudes. I also think that if you're like this desperate to see boobs, just go on the internet. There's plenty already there. You don't need you don't need them from this person. Just like let it go. Find them somewhere else. A for effort, I guess. What a lie. What a spectacular lie. If you meet a girl who admits she's wrong, apologizes, and changes her ways, dump her. She might be a man. Women don't do that shit. Hey, I'm sorry you've never met a woman who apologizes and admits she's wrong, but I'm wondering if maybe that's because you don't apologize and admit that you're wrong. I'm just curious to know what your experience is and where it comes from, because I have my doubts about your relationship experience and your experience with women for no reason. I love the brush that these men paint women with as just unapologetic, stubborn assholes who just won't admit being wrong because they point out when men are wrong and they don't like being pointed out that they're wrong. So this says, boy in a friend zone, and a girl comes into his room and waves at him. They shake hands. They lie in bed and she says, you want to see my new crush? And he says, okay, sure. And she says, he's super cute. And it's a photo of Felix from Stray Kids. And he says, yeah, he's okay. Good luck with him. I thought she wanted me. What am I even doing here? It's impossible to just be friends. And I wasn't anticipating to see Bucky here. That took me off guard a little bit. Because I mean, Gus, same. He is also my crush too. So like, I feel you. I get it. That's so real. I am just obsessed. I'm obsessed with this notion of friend zoning because it's so funny because it's so ridiculous. Like, bro, you just got to get over it. You know, like the friend zone is not a thing. You're just like, you're friends and that should be good enough. If you want it to be more than that, you have to like express that and have that conversation and then like accept rejection when it comes. If it comes, like maybe something will come out of it. You don't know until you have that conversation, but you can't sit around and like wait for her to make a move if you haven't made it apparent that that's something that you're after, you know? And if you're just friends with her because you hope that it'll be more one day, that's also not going to work. Like, what's going to happen when she actually gets in a relationship? Are you going to stick around? Are you only sticking around for when there's like heartbreak at the end of it? Like, what are your motives here? And how do you plan on dealing with this relationship? I know you can't do anything about your attraction to someone, but like, accept that it is good enough and just like enjoy friendship and be friends with women for more reasons than just romantic and sexual reasons. And also keep in mind that everyone has a crush on Lee Felix. That's just a fact of life. You're gonna experience that no matter who you're with. We are all in love with him. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, really. This is a story time from TikTok.
Here is a picture of me and my husband, who is also my uncle, on our wedding day. It's a picture of me and my husband when we first met. There I am, just a week old, and then there's my husband, who was my uncle at the time.
No.
He's 37. He's my uncle because he was married to my Auntie Jenny. This is a very younger version of my husband. A very young picture of us. This was not long after I told him I was in love with him, and he did leave my Auntie Jenny for me. This is us fresh in our relationship. There's a picture of me and my stepson Hugo, who is also my first cousin, and this is around the time when we had our second affair behind my husband's back. There's not many pictures of us, to be honest, because we've hated each other for a long time. He's trying to get his claws into my inheritance, which is not his, and I've made sure my husband has cut him and his horrible siblings out of the will. Here is the most recent picture of me and my husband. I did pick him up from his care home to take him out for the day, but unfortunately he did smell like a dirty hamster cage, so I did have to keep the visit brief. He's quite handsome. He does look a bit like Bruce Willis, doesn't it?
Starting with the obvious massive problem here is that this is not an okay relationship to exist at all. He's known her since she was a baby, and he was 37, and is her uncle. So obviously a lot of grooming that happened there. Absolutely not okay relationship in the slightest. And then she had an affair with her cousin, who's also her stepson. And she's talking about this like this is a totally normal thing to occur. Just like marrying your uncle, sleeping with your cousin, and then getting him cut out of the will. Ma'am, your husband needs jail time and you need extensive therapy. So does, I think, just everyone in your family. Just therapy. Jail and therapy is what you need. Because what? No. Not okay. I have no words. None. No words. Looking at a photo of yourself as a baby with the man who became your husband holding you, how do you look at that photo and be like, isn't that lovely? No. No. Why did no one stop this? How did no one stop this? How were you not like separated? How did this happen? I guess that doesn't always work. I have in my family not a similar relationship, but like not that different. So I have a cousin who started seeing her cousin when she was like 14 and he was, I don't know, much older, and the family got involved and separated them by like shipping her off overseas to go live with a different family member for like a couple years or something. I don't remember how long it was. I was a kid when this happened. They tried their best to separate them, and then she came back, and long story short, that was about 15 years ago, and now they have 3-4 kids. So I guess separation doesn't always help. Sometimes family stepping in doesn't always help, I suppose. But, you know, these things happen and it's fucked up and just fucking Jesus, not okay. Not okay. Even a little bit. Oh my God. When my husband is jealous of his own son.
You wish that was you, huh?
And it is a woman breastfeeding a baby. And her husband is like standing in the corner, like looking at her. And I just like, why is this? Why is this such a thing? There is so much just like men being jealous of babies being breastfed. And it's like such a big meme. And it's just so weird because like, how are you not seeing? Like, how are you so blind to the fact that that is like, that's sexualizing babies. That's like sexualizing breastfeeding, which means in turn you are like sexualizing infants because like, I don't think you're jealous because you want to be breastfed, you know? Like, I don't think you're jealous in the way that like you want to drink breast milk. I think you're jealous in the way that you want to be in this situation in like a sexual way, which means that you are viewing this as a sexual act. And like you surely are able to understand that that's incredibly fucked up and real creepy. You can surely understand that, right? Women joining in on the joke too. And we need to stop sexualizing breastfeeding immediately. Please, for the love of God, stop it. Like, this isn't even the only one I found this time. There were so many. This one as well. This one's a comic, so drawings, and it is a woman sitting on a park bench next to a man reading a newspaper, and she's also holding a baby, and the baby starts screaming and crying, so she starts breastfeeding. And then what happens? The man starts screaming and crying. Because of course he does. Because it's so funny. It's so funny, isn't it? All babies have to do is cry and then they get a boob in their mouth. So, you know, may as well try it out, guys. Physical pain. Stop it. I need to like slap you on the wrist, spray you with water. Like, go away. Leave women alone. Let women breastfeed in peace. Stop sexualizing it. This is the future they want you to believe is functional. And it is a woman who has gotten off a motorbike wearing like a tight black like leather bodysuit, and she's changing the tire on a pink car for, I feel like they're trying to imply a trans woman. So wearing like stockings and heels and a pink tight dress with makeup and like long hair, but like a full beard. And I'm just really confused by this because I don't understand why this wouldn't be functional. Like, this is kind of the same as what we already kind of have in a sense, you know? Like, some people know how to change a tire, some people don't. Some masculine people know how to change tires, some feminine people know how to change tires, some men know how to change tires, some women do, some non-binary people do, and then some don't, regardless of gender, regardless of how you express yourself. Like, none of these things matter. Someone can change tires when someone can't. And that, I think that's pretty functional. Me personally, I have no fucking idea how to change a tire. Wouldn't have a fucking clue. I don't have a car in London, so I don't really need to know. And when I'm back home, if I needed to change a tire, I'll just calling my mom. My mom can come change my tire for me. I'll wait for her. That's what I'll do at home. Should I learn? Maybe. I don't intend on having a car here, so it doesn't fucking matter. But my point being, please tell me how this isn't functional, because I don't quite understand what isn't functional about it. Like, I don't get it. Please tell me. Teaching my son to eat yogurt without a spoon. Ladies, you can thank me later. Winking face. What? What did you just say? I'm sorry. I don't think I heard you correctly. What did you just say? I have no words for this, actually. I'm kind of like lost for words. Cause like I didn't just read that, right? Like that's not what I just read, right? Like, I couldn't possibly have just read that. Because, how about we, like, don't sexualize our kids? Like, please. Oh my god, that's disgusting. How did you think of that? Why did you think of that? And then why did you post it on the internet? Like, I have so many, like, you went through multiple stages. Like, you had the thought, you typed it out, and then you posted it, and you still thought it was a good idea. Lost cause. Some people are a lost cause. Please go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go straight to jail. Because, like, no. We do not need to be talking about any children like that, let alone our own kids. This is a man saying to a woman, I'll buy you a drink. And she says, sure. But then her fat friend comes in and says, she's not interested. And it's implied that this woman is supposedly like unattractive, right? So the whole trope of like men ask pretty girl for drink. And then unattractive friend steps in and says no. That's the whole trope. For whatever reason, men have decided that that's ridiculous. And like these women have no right to say no when the girl I asked said yes. So why is this friend who is not even as pretty stepping in and thinks she has a say? Like, bro, it's astounding that you aren't able to piece this together. The reason is, do you know what happens to women who reject men in bars? Bad shit. Like, it's unfortunately not safe for us to reject men, especially in bars where I potentially have an open drink in my hand. I'm not rejecting a man because that's scary. That's why I have friends with me. They'll come get me out of a situation should I not want to be in it anymore. And like, no, of course, maybe you won't drug me, but if you're making this meme, I'm not taking you off my list of potential threats. You don't understand this because you've never been in a position where, you know, you've had to use a friend to reject someone because you've never felt unsafe rejecting someone. But just like know that the reason women don't go to bars alone and the reason our friends come in and interfere and reject people, even if we've already said yes, is to show you that we're not alone. I have my friend with me. Don't fucking try shit because I have backup. People know where I am. Leave me alone. Thank you. The non-woke version of Angela Orosco. So it's another video game character, because this is a massive thing, just like photoshopping video game characters to be more attractive. And it starts off as just a regular looking woman with just like a more like square jaw. And then he's photoshopped her to have like a sharp jaw and just put makeup on her, like lightened her complexion, made her skin really smooth, put some blush and some like eye makeup and lipstick on and things. Why did you feel the need to do this? Why does the character need to be hot for you? Like, why do you need to find her attractive? Like, is there a reason? And what do you mean non-woke? I don't understand that, like, at all. Is that are you saying that like women that you find attractive, or like conventionally attractive women, or women wearing makeup, is not woke, but then like women you don't find conventionally attractive are woke? Is that to do with our own morals, or is that to do with like creators of games only create non-conventionally attractive characters in order to be woke? Like, I just don't get it. How is it woke to just look like a person? How is it woke to just have like a variety of different body types in your game? People exist, and like video games, especially ones with like intense storylines, they're made to depict reality in some sort of way, right? Like they reflect life in one way or another, and people all look different, and not everyone is going to be attractive to you. And like, I don't get why that matters. I don't understand why you even want everyone to be attractive to you. Like, I can't imagine like being attracted to everyone I see. I can't even imagine wanting to be attracted to everyone I see. Like, I think that everyone has beauty in one way or another, right? Like, but I don't walk around being like, that person isn't pretty enough. That person needs to change this because they're not attractive to me personally and I'm offended by it. Like, who gives a flying fuck? After years of pleading, I finally convinced my wife to try an open relationship. We're now both on dating apps. She has 2,000 plus likes, a few dates in the diary, and has already slept with 3 men. I've gotten 0 attention despite redoing my profile and paying for boosts. Gutted. I mean, you know what? I'd say Karma's a bitch, because like she clearly didn't really want to do this. It wasn't something she really had any interest in. So she did it for you, but also came out and got her revenge on you real quick about it. Like, I understand that some people want to have an open relationship, but you shouldn't pester and plead your wife for that for years. I'm glad she's having a good time. I'm interested to know how your relationship goes and what conversations happen. I'm really interested to know if the marriage is going to close off again, because a lot of the time when this happens, men get like really jealous about it and are like, I didn't open the relationship so my wife could sleep around. I wanted to sleep around. I wanted her to not do that. So now I'm jealous and I can't trust her and I'm going to close the marriage. That happens a lot. So I'd be really interested to know if that happened here as well. But you know, maybe he's supportive of this. Doesn't seem like it, but maybe he's just upset he's not had any luck, even but happy for her luck. I don't know. We can hope. That's what we hope for. Anyway. Company creates world's manliest soap that looks like a bunch of nuts and bolts. And someone quote retweeted it with, literally no one demands as much gender affirmation as cis men. Yeah, that's so real. The fragile masculinity is fucking hilarious. Why do you need soap that looks like nuts and bolts? That's hilarious. Like, I'm all for fun-shaped soap because that's cool. You know, it's fun to have fun-shaped soap. But nuts and bolts is like so funny. And to have to shape soap like that to like appeal to men is even funnier. Like, imagine making soap into these shapes and saying world's manliest soap. Like, that's objectively hilarious. I really want to know what the scent is of this soap. Is it going to be like rust and sawdust? Like just iron? Like, I really hope it's like floral though. I think it'd be really funny if these smelled like roses and lavender and like vanilla and coconut. Like, I really hope that they're like really light floral scents to go against the like black nuts and bolts shape. Here we have a reel of the guy we saw before who was friend-zoned by the girl who had a crush on Felix. This is daughter eating her dinner. Her. Daddy, can you get me a napkin? Dad, of course, honey. Him, of course, babe. Her, shocked face. They both reach for the napkin, and her dad says, she was talking to me. Him, ha 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 ha, puts on his jacket, heads to the door, and is running for his life. I thought we let this die years ago. I thought this, like, daddy, like, who's she talking to? Her dad, her boyfriend? I thought that died, like, literally a decade ago. Why are we still making this exact same joke? I genuinely thought that we laid it to rest. I think that just a note. I don't think anyone is calling their boyfriend daddy while they're at the dinner table with their family. I just don't think that's happening. I don't really think that's a slip up that people make. I don't even really think, I mean, I'm not into it, so maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but like, I feel like it are people calling their boyfriends daddy just like casually throughout just like having dinner? Is that something that is happening? Is that being used as like a pet name, like in place of like babe? Because I thought it was like more strictly in more like intimate situations. I didn't imagine it being used as like a pet name thing. The idea of using it at the dinner table is odd to me. Maybe if you're by yourself, but like with your family, definitely the fuck not. Just definitely not. But I also like don't know any like adults or teenagers who call their dad daddy. Like it's a very rare thing to say like, daddy, can I have a napkin, if you're like above the age of like 12. Although I think that's like a cultural thing as well. I think there are some places where daddy is used more commonly, but at least where I'm from, it's not a thing. So I would be jarred if I heard someone say that, regardless of who's responding. I'd be like, oh, okay, odd. Either way, regardless, can we please let this joke die? Can we like let it die? I feel like we've done enough with it. It's been done to death. We've ruined the word daddy. it's just something that like should not have been sexualized to the point that it is. It's like feet, you know? Like feet are now, because it was like joked about so much, now people I think like genuinely are serious when they talk about like feet in a sexual way. And I think it's so interesting. Like people censor feet and it's like not getting it for free and whatever. And like, I get that it's a joke, but I feel like it's like bordering on the fact where like feet are almost being viewed as like a sexual part of the body. And it's fucking fascinating to watch that happen after we already watched it happen to the word daddy. I feel weird when my like feet are in my photos, and it's weird that like I now think about that, you know? I wouldn't have had a second thought about it a few years ago, but you know, here we are, bordering on the line of sexualizing feet permanently, just like we sexualize the word daddy and still use it as a meme in contexts like this, which is really fucking strange. A man who likes K-pop is such a red flag to me. Unless you gay, why are you as a straight man into this? K-pop stands, red flag, sus. Hey fellas, is it gay to listen to music from Korea? Just like listening to music in a different language is gay now. Does that mean all the men in like Korea as well, did they count as gay? Like I know K-pop is itself like a genre. There's also like obviously K-rap, K-hip-hop, etc. But K-pop encapsulates a lot more than just like pop. It's a very large genre. It holds a lot of different sounds. It's literally just music in Korean. I really want to know what I truly do not understand the view of K-pop. Like, yes, it's got like a lot of fandom culture around it, and that's because there's a lot of parasocial relationships that exist within K-pop. Like that is a big part of it. It's the live streams, it's Bubble, it's the variety shows, it's the like behind the scenes content. Like there's a lot of parasocial relationships that are built up within K-pop, and that is why it has such a big fan base where people are so involved. But that does exist outside of K-pop as well, and I think that, you know, it just comes down to like a lot of women enjoy it, right? And if women enjoy it, red flag if you as a man enjoys it. It's gross. How dare you like things that women typically like? The misogyny associated with stan culture is abysmal, and maybe one day I'll make like a video essay about that, but like I think we all know enough about it. We all see it happening. I think that like some people are unaware of the prejudices that they hold, but like there's no need to be homophobic, misogynistic about K-pop. Just let people enjoy shit, man. K-pop is fun. There's some fucking fantastic music in K-pop. It's like 95% of what I listen to at this point, and there's so much variety. Like I don't need to step outside of K-pop because there's so much of it there that I like, it consumes all my time and it's fantastic. We can all enjoy K-pop, okay? It doesn't mean anything about anything. Just like listen to music and let yourself enjoy it. I can offer you a bajillion recommendations if anyone is interested. On that note, I think that I am going to end the video here. I hope that you have enjoyed. The posts on the Are the Straights Okay subreddit have been like changing, and it's really interesting because they used to be really marriage focused and now they're like less marriage focused, and it's interesting to watch that like slowly change and what sort of shit gets more attention in the Reddit now. So I've been curious to watch the shift happen, and I'm intrigued to see how it continues to shift and what sort of content continues to be posted there, and if we end up going in a circle. We'll find out. Stay tuned for the next episode if you are also curious. I think at the end of the day, we can decide that the straights are not okay, but leave your opinion down in the comments. What do you think of the straights? How do you think they're going to be next time? What content do you think we're going to see from them in the future? A massive thank you to my Sprout and Above patrons whose names are up on the screen right now. I appreciate you greatly. And a huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons: Bobby, Josh, Mandy, Ixel, Jessica, Eldo, Danielle, Elias, Chris, Samuel, Radsack, Mr. Noodle, Jonathan, and Bonbon. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. If anyone else would like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/savvycat or click the top link in the description. For as little as £1 a month, you get my videos early, and then for £3 and up, you get things such as outtakes, bonus mini podcasts, live streams, vlogs, and more. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I upload every few days, and I would love to see you again. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes, you replace